In this video, I'm going to talk about exporting your data from Eye in the Sky Trade Planning to keep backups of all your personal settings that you set up in the program, such as your My Filters and the dashboard. Let's start by going to the Tools menu and go to Data Administration and then go to Export. And the first thing you'll want to do is pick one of the data sets from this list. And you've got the My Filters, which are all your filter criteria in the screener. You've got your dashboard. You've got My Web Page definitions for all the different My Web Pages you like to use. You got the My Criteria set, which is in the Filter Assistant. It's at the top of that screen. It allows you to retain pairs of filter criteria for future use without having to select them each time. And then you've got your view definitions that you assign your tickers to. So let's just use an example of the filters. Once you select an item from that list, it'll load all of the different filters that you've saved. And you can select one or more of these to go ahead and export, and you use the mouse and also your shift and control keys on your keyboard to select multiple items. So if I want to select all, I would click on the first one, hold my shift key down and select the last one, and that'll select all of them. Alternatively, you can use your control key with the mouse and you can select non-contiguous ranges of items in that list. I'm going to go ahead and just export all of them to show you how that works. And what I'll do is I'll hit the export button, give it a name, and I'll call this My Filters. And it's let me know that it's finished exporting, and you can see now on my desktop back here it's created that My Filters file. And that's just a straight text file containing the information Eye in the Sky Trade Planning needs to redefine those when you import them. So now let's go simulate like I've lost data, or I've changed data that I want to restore. So let's just open one of these filter criterias and delete it. And I'll say yes. I'll just go ahead and get rid of all my filters here. This is just to simulate, let's say months go by and I have just this bottom reversal filter left, but the other two I didn't feel were that important or necessary, but now looking back at it, I'd like to bring those back into the software again and take a look at them. We'd go to the Tools menu, back to Data Administration, over to the Import tab, select that file that we exported, which is My Filters, and you can add that in your My Documents folder, anywhere you want to store it on your computer. Just don't put it in your Program Files folder under Windows, because Eye in the Sky Trade Planning does not have access to those folders, so it will have a problem trying to read the file and bring it in. But as long as you have it like in one of your user type folders, such as the desktop and My Documents, it will be able to get to it. So then you select whichever ones you want to bring in, and I'm just going to go ahead and select these two, which weren't there. It'll go ahead and replace data that you've already got in the system. So if I brought in this bottom reversals, the last one, and I had changed those criteria, it's actually going to restore it to what it was in this export file. So be real careful about that. You could lose data when you import if you're using the same name and you've changed the criteria since you've exported. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in these two that I'm missing here. Hit import, click OK here, close the form, and now you'll see that all three of those items are in the system again. So it's a really great way to back up your data and keep a copy on hand over time as you change your criteria in your dashboard. And just realize that it'll overwrite anything that has the same name. So if you had a dashboard cell with the same name, it would replace whatever's in that dashboard cell. Along with My Filters, same kind of thing, or a My Web Pages. If you customized a My Web Page and you brought in a My Web Page export back in through the import with the same name, it would replace that and you'd lose what you currently had before you imported. So that in a nutshell is exporting and importing, and it's a great way to retain your data just in case anything happens, whether it be through an upgrade in the software or something that you've removed over time and wanted to go back to that and bring it back into the software. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email address is questions@eyeintheskyscreener.com, and have a great day.